Somebody, I can't remember when I first started putting videos back up on the channel, somebody asked me what happened to the Charles Daly Honcho. That was like probably one of the first videos I put out. I still got it. Just looks a little bit different. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your boy, Big Ball Vlogs, Big Ball Shooting, Big Ball Entertainment overall. And I'm at the range, actually. I don't know which video you're going to see first, but at the range, proving that I fixed I don't want to say fixed. I'm going to say I improved. I made your $200 plus shotgun have more value. I improved it by fixing the fact that it did not want to run anything but hot loads or heavy loads. And I mean, the video's coming if you haven't seen it already, if I haven't posted it. I just ran through these 1,200 foot per second Fiocchi defense that you saw me shooting in the first video like a machine gun. Yeah, I fixed it. So if you want to see that video, if it hasn't been posted already, like, subscribe, hit the notification button for the videos that pop up, because here at the Big Ball Vlogs channel, we're trying to save you some money, you know, and kind of, you know, get you more bang for your buck. Yeah, you can go out and buy a expensive Benelli or something because it has the adjustable gas block. But yeah, I got this running, and, you know, I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, somebody asked me, I don't know if they were heckling me or whatever, because I did shoot a video about the Charles Daly way back when this is actually I don't know if it's my first or my second pump shotgun. I think did I ever have a Mossberg 500? I might have had a Mossberg 500 way back in the day when I decided I didn't like shotguns. But this is the Charles Daly. This is the Charles Daly shockwave style that I had in that video. And I changed a little bit, changed it up, because I had this like for maybe a month, and I took it to the range, and the guys at the range were like, you can't shoot that here. You can't shoot bird grip style or bird head style shotguns or shockwave style shotguns here. They're too destructive. They're hard to control. And they were absolutely effing right. So if you own a shockwave, or if you've never shot a shockwave, it's got that bird head grip that makes it long enough to be any other weapon or whatever you want to call it, a firearm. It makes it long enough to be a firearm. And it is ergonomically crazy to try to shoot. It doesn't work to shoot it this way. So I did, again, I don't know why. I mean, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble getting people to follow the channel. But I said, hey, let me go to the table and see how I can make this better. How can I salvage the, I think, 200 bucks I spent on this shotgun, because I absolutely hated shooting it in the bird grip style configuration. And this is what I came up with. This is the Charles Daly 12 gauge pump action Honcho. From this point to about here is where you had the stock gun, and it actually came with this little sling mount. It didn't come with a sling, but it came with a sling mount. And I needed to make this able to hold a pistol brace. But because it wasn't a Mossberg, it wasn't a Remington, I had to figure out how to modify it. And that is doable. That's pretty much doable. But I'll get into that in a second. The other thing was the Charles Daly Honcho didn't come with any rail mount holes. I could have drilled and tapped this and mounted a rail to it, but I didn't want to really ruin the gun. I don't have a drill press. I didn't have a drill press. I didn't want to ruin the gun. So I found another solution that allowed me to put this cheap old red dot that I had sitting around in the house. And this is pretty much like my home self-defense gun. It was, because, you know, for what it was, I didn't own the other two guns. The other two, I didn't own the Hot Suns. So I didn't want just this blade sight. I wanted a gun with 2 points of aiming, I guess, a rear sight and a front sight. And I could have done a lot. Like, I could have gone in and I could have had somebody probably mount a peephole sight on the back of here, and then get this off of here and put a blade sight on the front that would align with that to give me, you know, like a rifle style sighting. But again, I didn't want to spend a lot of money. I spent 200 bucks on the gun, so why would I want to spend like another 500 just to put a different sighting system on it? And to be honest with you, for the shotgun, the blade works fine. You just line the blade up with this back thing here, and you're good to go. But, like, you know, I put a red dot on it because I thought it'd be more accurate. And to do that, because it didn't come with any type of mounting system for a Picatinny rail, it only came with these dovetail weaver style mounts. I, again, searched the internet for a fix for that, and I came up with this cheap old, I mean, it ain't the best quality, I'm going to tell you right now. It cost me like 10 bucks. This is an NC Star dovetail to Picatinny conversion mount. It's cheap as hell. you're gonna freaking not, you're not gonna like it. As you can see, it kind of clamps together. I could have done better with this one. It looks like it needs maybe a spacer in between here, because when I clamped it together, it kind of spreads out. It's just wonky. But at the time, like I said, hey, this gun will never be shot anywhere but in the home. It holds it like it's on there. It ain't coming on. It ain't moving. And the red dot itself, like I said, I pulled off of a different gun. I don't even think I ever even sighted it in, because I really never shot it like at the range. But when it came to the mounting of the pistol brace, you had many options when you had a Remington or you had a Mossberg. I didn't, but I found a fix for that. Not I found a fix for that. I guess I designed a fix for that. This is an AR style pistol grip for a shotgun that will accept AR buffer tubes. This is a KAK pistol buffer tube, and this is Gearhead Works tail hook pistol brace. So KAK pistol brace tube for a Gearhead Works what's this called, man, I forget it now, tail hook pistol brace. And it works sort of like this. So, it's like the old franchise style hook shotgun brace. It just hooks under your arm. That's why it's called a tail hook. And if you've seen my previous videos, this is like a solid piece of aluminum. You could crack zombie skulls with this if you wanted to. But you're not going to be able to mount the Mossberg style pistol grip to the Charles Daly without some modifications. And there's two ways you can do that. So if you're interested in doing this mod, there's two ways you can do it. If you can get yourself a piece of wood, I was working at a place that had a lot of thick pieces of plastic. I think this is like a thick piece of ABS plastic. You can pretty much get a piece of plastic. I wish I had a ruler here to measure that for you. I can probably do that and post it down below, like after I get home. Measure yourself out a piece of plastic, and then you can see it's not perfect. You can see that there's, it's not a flush fit here. But then you're going to have to take that and kind of sand it and machine it down to kind of mount up to the base of this pistol grip. Once you do that, what you got to do is you got to kind of trim out a little bit of this, because the safety on this, unlike a Mossberg, is up here. So the safety on this is down here. So you're going to have to trim out some of this so that you can take this apart. I mean, not take this apart, but not hit the safety by putting this together when you put it together. And all I did was a Dremel. Like I said, it ain't perfect. I just Dremeled out enough of this material here so I knew that I wasn't going to hit the safety when I did this. And it was good to go. I probably could have went a little bit thinner on this and moved this a little bit further forward. But at the time I was eyeballing it, and I think it came out pretty good. I mean, to be honest with you, it ain't perfect, but I found this black plastic and I was like, yeah, it works. So I'm going to put it together. Like I said, I could probably invest a little bit more time in this, but I just want to keep everything flush. So if you have a piece of material that you can machine, in fact, with the 3D printing skills that people have these days, you could probably 3D print yourself something that will match up, and it'll be it'll be good. So for the actual Mossberg 500 grip, the Mossberg 500 grip has a lip on it that allows it to plug into the back of a Mossberg 500. You're gonna have to sand that off and make it flush. So now it's gonna flushly mount to this plastic to the gun. You're gonna have to do the measurements. You're gonna have to play around with it. If you got enough material, you're gonna, might be hit or miss, but you're gonna get it close enough that's gonna mount up like this. And the last thing you're gonna have to do is, because the bolt that goes through here doesn't go into the actual chamber, the actual receiver itself, you're gonna have to kind of oval out the hole in the grip so that you can bolt this all together. And once you got this all bolted together, thread in your pistol brace tube, whatever you want to do, a KAK style like I got here, or maybe even like a SB Tactical, and you're good to go. So that's my conversion of the, I think I maybe pay $200 for this. A $200 Charles Daly Honcho. Looks pretty sweet. I would say so of myself if I had to say so myself. This may not be the prettiest if you're anal enough and don't want all this in there, but it works. Option number 2, which is a little bit more destructive. I also wanted to keep the bird head grip just in case. We all went through this whole pistol brace thing. I had the bird head grip just so I could have to put it back on if I had to. But if you look at the bird head grip, I don't have it with me, but there's a bunch of lines cut in it that are like, grip for texturing. You could actually cut the bird head grip, mount the bird head grip to get like a kind of a measurement, get all this together and kind of line it up. You could actually cut the bird head grip about right there, and then you'll have the perfect mount up because everything else is already aligned to the gun. And then you would mount the pistol grip to the back of that. Like I said, you're probably going to, depending on the grip that you get, well, I've done this twice actually. I did this with this one, and I did it with a Blackhawk style, which had a It has a buffer system in it, so that it reduces the shock of the shotgun blast. But it had also a QD sling mount on the back. I did this twice, and each time, like, I could have probably, made this a little bit cleaner and made it fit a little bit more flush. But for what it is, by the time you're not worried about this, you're worried about what's coming out of here, right? So I'm not worried about this. I'm worried about being able to get on it. You're going to make sure that, as you can see, I do have reach to the trigger. It's not like it's way back here where I can't reach the trigger. I do have still the right amount of length to get to the trigger. And I can also, I got to do that with the other hand, because on the daily, the release is here. I can actually work this without having any issues, right? It's workable, and there's no issues at all. So that's the way that you would take if you have one of these and you want to make it fun, because like I said, shooting those bird head grips are absolutely horrible. This is how I did it with the Charles Daly. I think the Charles Daly comes in now 12 gauge 410. I think the 410 has a pump action that has a spring in it to help you out with it. And you could get really fun and get a really fun gun to shoot. And it's also because the pump has, if you may have seen in my first video, I was able to mount the saddle on the side here and run it without getting punched in the face, because now, unlike the semi, it's not close to my face. I can run this without getting punched in the face by the shells on the gun. But yeah, I rarely shoot this because, like I said, at the time it was a home defense gun. I don't even think I want to shoot that. I think that's one of my shorty rounds. Let's get that out of there. Yeah, this is one of my shorty rounds. I like these. You can get more in there. This is a 1 1/4. Let's get one of these. This is this is a 2 1/4, and this is a 2 3/4. I said in my last video, you can barely find, I don't know if it makes a difference, but it does make you allow you to get another round in there. You can barely find these anymore, these 2 1/4 rounds. So let's put, for the video, let's put a 2 3/4 in. Like I said, I barely run this gun. I haven't run it in a while because, like I said, it stays in the closet as a home self-defense gun. It runs really good. See what I'm hitting with this red green dot? I think I might need the battery change on that. Oh, safety's on. It works. It runs. But that's it, folks. I wanted to shoot another video, give you an update on the Charles Daly. Charles Daly had this little, Picatinny rail down here if you want to put a flashlight on it for the home defense. I actually had a flashlight and a laser mounted to the front of it, but I took it off for some reason. I don't know why. Really simple to take apart. Has a thread off magazine tube. Also has, easy to get apart, get clean. You can't beat an inexpensive gun if you don't have one, folks. And that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Peace.